The Women's African Cup of Nations is starting by March 2026, and we are still kind of confused about the country that wants to host this prestigious tournament. South Africans, on the other hand, said that they want to support CAF about anything. If anything goes wrong, they are not saying they want to host it. But Moroccans, on the other hand, said, oh, they've not pulled out of hosting the competition. They are still in the bid of hosting this competition. But that doesn't stop the fact that the Super Falcons of Nigeria are the defending champions of this prestigious tournament. They can win it for the 11th time. This team are so resilient. We saw it in the last edition of the Women's African Cup of Nations, how they played, how they got to semi-finals, defeating South Africa in that stoppage time. Mitchell Alozie was literally the one that carried us to the finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations. When we got to the finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations, we were losing 2-0 to the host nation, and the remontada spirit just came from nowhere, and we defeated the host nation 3-2 to become the champions of Africa for the 10th time. Can the Super Falcons of Nigeria do that same thing again in 2026 by getting it for the 11th time? But this time around, it is very, very simple and straightforward. When any team that gets to the semi-finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations, the top 4 teams that get to the semi-finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations will definitely get an automatic slot to the Women's World Cup 2027. So every team would try their best, their possible best, to at least get the World Cup slot automatically. But I trust my girls, they will definitely do it. They will definitely get to the semi-finals because they are really like the strong contenders ever since the Super Falcons have been playing the Women's African Cup of Nations. They've gotten the bronze medal, they've gotten the silver medal, they've gotten the golden title, they've gotten to the semi-finals like countless number of times. So getting to the semi-finals for the Super Falcons is just something little, like it's not a big deal for them. So they can actually get the automatic slot to the World Cup. But there are some other teams too that are very good on the continent. Like the likes of Bayana team. They were the past winner before the Super Falcons got the title the last time that it was hosted in Morocco. They got their first ever Women's African Cup of Nations title. And ever since then, they've been trying to win it. They tried to win it, they got to the semi-finals, but we were knocked out by the Super Falcons. But this time around, are they going to go all the way to the final, or getting their second Women's African Cup of Nations title? They have wonderful players to watch out for, and the Bayana team, soccer in South Africa has been developing so well. The South African PSL, the South African Football League has been developing so well. So if they make it to the semi-finals, I won't be surprised. The likes of Morocco too, the Atlas Lioness of Morocco, they are also good. They are really good. They are strong contenders. They can get the Women's African Cup of Nations in this edition of the 2026. But Moroccan seems to always have an issue getting the trophy on their home soil. The last edition, they've been hosting the Women's African Cup of Nations for like 2 editions now, and they've not won it on their home soil. They were defeated by Nigeria in the last time on their home soil. They couldn't get the trophy, same as their main team. But they somehow feel like they're always being cheated in the finals. But I don't know how true that. They definitely have strong teams that can win them titles. But can Morocco get the Women's African Cup of Nations this time around? It's something that we'll have to watch, see what team would advance to the final, then definitely get the trophy. So those are my top three contenders for the Women's African Cup of Nations. The country that can win the trophy. Nigeria is definitely number one. Second is South Africa. Then third is Morocco. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this analysis of the video, kindly subscribe, like, and comment. It will tell me that I am definitely doing something right. Please watch till the end. Oh, now wetin I dey beg like that.